This is Ashlesha Adhatra from Computer Technology Department. Today we are discussing Abstract Windowing Toolkit Layout Manager. Layout Managers. Layout means the arrangement of components within the container. In other way, we can say that placing the components at a particular position within the container. The task of layouting the controls is done automatically by the layout manager. The layout manager automatically positions all the components within the container. If we do not use layout manager, then also the components are positioned by the default layout manager. It is possible to lay out the controls by hand, but it becomes very difficult because of the following two reasons. First reason is it is very tedious to handle a large number of controls within the container. And second reason is oftenly the width and height information of the component is not given when we when we need to arrange them. So layout manager arranges the controls on the container. So in what type in what position the controls will be arranged, it decides layout manager, and by default flow layout is the by default layout manager. So Java provides us with various layout manager to position the controls. The properties like size, shape, and arrangement varies from one layout manager to the other layout manager. When the size of the applet or the application window changes, the size, shape, and arrangement of the components also changes in response. That is, the layout managers adapt to the dimensions of applet viewer or the application window. The layout manager is associated with every container object. Each layout manager is an object of the class that implements the layout manager interface. So, the following are interfaces defining functionalities of the layout manager. First interface is layout manager. The layout manager interface declares those methods which need to be implemented by the class whose object will act as a layout manager. And second interface is the sub interface of the layout manager. This interface is for those classes that know how to lay out containers based on layout constraint object. We will discuss it in detail further. The AWT layout manager classes. So there are types of layout manager classes which are arranged in the which are act as a class of layout manager. So first one is border layout. This is one type of layout manager. So what does the border layout do? The border layout arranges the components to fit in the 5 regions, that is east, west, north, south, and center. This means your window is divided in 5 regions: east, west, north, south, and center, and the components are arranged in the container or window as the using border layout. So the second one layout is card layout. The card layout object creates each component in the container as a card. Only one card is visible at a time. For example, card layout means, for example, uh, there are set of cards, one after another. We can open one after another. So this type of arrangement is done in card layout. We will discuss in further. Third layout is flow layout. The flow layout is the default layout. It layouts the components in a directional flow. This is the default layout and it layouts the components in the flow of your components. Means while you are adding the components on your window, the flow it follows of adding the component, the arrangement is also like that. Fourth one is grid layout. The grid layout manages the component in a form of rectangular grid. For example, your calculators tab. There are numbers arranged in rectangular shape in proper format. So this is the one example of your grid layout. We will discuss it further. And next one is grid bag layout. This is similar to grid layout. This is the most flexible layout manager class. The object of grid bag layout aligns the component vertically, horizontally, or along their baseline without requiring the component of same size. What happens in grid layout? All the rectangular shapes for the component are same, but in grid bag layout we can define it according to our need. The first layout is flow layout. Flow layout is the default layout manager. This is the layout manager that the preceding examples have used. Flow layout implements a simple layout style which is similar to how words flow in a text editor. Components are laid out from the upper left corner, left to right and top to bottom. When no more components fit on a line, the next one appears on the next line. A small space is left between each component, above and below, as well as left and right. Here are the constructors for flow layout. The first form creates the default layout which centers components and leaves 5 pixels of space between each component. And second is with the parameter integer how. The second form let us specify how each line is aligned. Valued values for how are as follows. First, flow layout dot left, second, flow layout dot center, and third, flow layout dot right. In the second constructor, it allows us to specify the alignment with the constants defined by flow layout class. These values specify left, center, and right alignment respectively. The flow layout parameter int how, comma int horizontal, comma integer vertical. This third form allow us to specify the horizontal and vertical space left between components in horse and vert respectively. The third form allow us to specify the horizontal and vertical space between the components with the alignment. There is method set layout new flow layout in bracket flow layout dot center means I am going to allow the layout of type flow layout by passing the alignment as center, and after setting the flow layout I am going to add the components. See, first you have to initialize or define the components. After initializing or defining the components, you need to use the method set layout to define your layout manager. In set layout, you need to pass the object of your layout. So here I am using the example for flow layout. So set layout in bracket new flow layout in bracket I am going to use another constructor for alignment of my component, that is flow layout dot center. So this is one method how to use the layout manager classes. So to use the layout manager or to set the layout, we need to count or define set layout method by passing the object of your layout manager class. So after we run the program, the output will be shown as this. Second layout is border layout. The border layout class implements a common layout style for top level windows. It has four narrow fixed width component at the edges and one large area in the center. The four sides are referred to as north, south, east and west. So basically your window is divided into four narrows: north, south, east and west, and the large in the center is called as center. So the middle area is called the center. Here are the constructors defined by the border layout. Border layout, empty constructor, and second one is border layout by passing horizontal and vertical parameters. In the first form, it creates a default border layout, and the second form allows us to specify the horizontal and vertical space left between the components in horizontal and vertical variables respectively. So these are the two constructors defined by the border layout. Border layout defines the following constants that specifies the region. First, border layout dot center, border layout dot south, border layout dot east, border layout dot west, border layout dot north. So these are the five constants which defines the region under the border layout. When adding components, we will use these constants with the following form of add method, which is defined by the container. Void add component object comma object region. Here component of comp object is the component to be added and region specifies where the component will be added. So while we are going to add the component according to the border layout, we must pass the component object and specify the one of the constants of the border layout so that the component is added to the particular region or specified region. So here is an example of a border layout with a component in each layout area. Here I am using the method set layout in bracket new border layout and adding a button. How to add a component in the border layout? By using add method, by passing the object of button and specifying the region for the component as follows. Border layout dot north means uh, my button is specified in the area of north of the window. Again, I am here adding my label in the area of south or in the region of south. So thus I am going to add another button at east and another button at west. So this is the method of defining the region by using border layout to a particular component. And in the center I am going to add my text area. So while we run the program, the output will be here. This is my label, this is my one button, this is my second button. So we can see that in the middle part as defined the text area in the program. So thus we can use the border layout to specify our components in a proper manner, or we can use the regions to put our components in particular area by using border layout. So the next one is card layout. The card layout class manages the component in such a manner that only one component is visible at a time. It treats each component as a card. That is why it is known as card layout. It treats each component as a card in the container. That means only one card is visible or only one component is visible at a time, and the container acts as a stack of cards. The first component is added to card layout object is visible component when the container is first displayed. That means suppose there is a stack of cards, the in that stack of card the topmost card is only visible onto the container or window. After clicking or after performing some operation on that component, the second or third card will be visible. So this is an arrangement for card layout. Simply remember that what is the example of card layout means. It is for example, if there is a stack of cards and only the topmost card is visible, that means in in computer language or in according to the AWT, only the topmost component is visible to the user. So we can arrange such type of components by using card layout. So basically there are two constructors for card layout class. First one is empty constructor, which creates a card layout with zero horizontal and vertical gap. And second one is by passing the parameter for horizontal and vertical gap. It creates a card layout with the given horizontal and vertical gap. So these are the two constructors defined by the card layout class. So there are some commonly used methods of card layout class. First is public wide next container parent. This is used to flip to the next card or next component of the given container. Second method is public void previous container parent. This is used to flip to the previous card of the given container. Third, public void first container parent. This is used to flip to the first card of the given container. Fourth, public void last container parent. This is used to flip to the last card of the given container. And fifth, public void show container parent comma string name. This is used to flip to the specified card or the specified component with the given name passing in the argument of string name. So these are the commonly used methods of card layout. Next layout is grid layout. The grid layout is used to arrange the components in rectangular grid. One component is displayed in each rectangle. The constructors of the grid layout class are listed below. First one is empty constructor. It creates a grid layout with one column per component in a row. Second one is grid layout, integer rows, comma, integer columns. It creates a grid layout with the given rows and columns but no gaps between the components. This is very important point. This constructor of a grid layout with the given rows and columns but with no gaps between the components. And third one is grid layout, integer rows, comma, integer columns, integer horizontal gap and integer vertical gap. It creates a grid layout with the given rows and columns along with given horizontal and vertical gaps. So this is the example of grid layout. See, by using set layout method, I am passing the rows and columns in the format of n. That means here I define integer n is equal to 4. That means my grid layout structure is for 4 rows and 4 columns. Here there is one method I use, set font method. This set font method allows us to set a particular font for the component or the window. So here I am using for loop and for button in the form of 4 rows and 4 columns. So while I run this program, the window will appear as follows. See, 4 rows and 4 columns, and the buttons are added in the form of grid layout. So this is the example of grid layout demo. The next layout is grid bag layout. The Java grid bag layout class is used to align components vertically, horizontally, or along their baseline. The components may not be of same size. Each grid bag layout object maintains a dynamic rectangular grid of set. Each component occupies one or more cells known as its display area. Each component associates an instance of grid bag constraint. The grid bag constraint is a class. If we want to use the grid bag layout, you must use grid bag constraint. With the help of constraint object, We arrange components display area on the grid. The grid bag layout manages each component's minimum and preferred sizes in order to determine component size. There are constructor, grid bag layout, empty constructor. It is used to create a grid bag layout manager. Some commonly used methods are listed below. Remove layout component com. Removes the specified component from this layout. Get layout alignment Y container P. It returns the alignment along with the y-axis. Add layout component com object cons. This adds the specified component with the specified name to the layout. To string. It returns a string representation of the grid bag layout values. Get layout alignment X container P. It returns the alignment along the x-axis. The next method is get constraints component com. It gets the constraint for the specified component. Next is maximum layout size container tar. Returns the maximum dimensions for this layout given the components in the specified target container. And the next method is minimum layout size. It determines the minimum size of the parent container using this grid bag layout. So this is an example of grid bag layout example. As we discussed, we need to use the grid bag constraint object to set the grid bag layout. So here I am taking component label, text field, text area, button. By using set layout method, set layout, new grid bag layout. So define the object of grid bag constraint. Okay, and add it by following the name of or object of component, object of grid bag constraint, and the parameters integer x, y, width, height, and so this is an example of grid bag layout. While we run the program, the output will be as follows. Thank you.